Imagine you're standing in the middle of one of the greatest wars of antiquity. The ground trembles from the neighing of 10,000 horses and the synchronized march of the immortals. The Achaemenid army, the most disciplined war machine of its time, is ready to pulverize any enemy. But suddenly, a strange roaring sound is heard from afar, a mechanical noise bearing no resemblance to anything in nature.
Today, we're going to answer one of history's most insane questions. What happens if a single M1A2 Abrams tank drops into the middle of a 10,000-strong Achaemenid army? Don't even say the tank wins outright, because the story isn't that simple. Let's dive into the variables of this deadly experiment.
First, meet this 68-ton monster. The Abrams is a moving fortress. A 1,500-horsepower gas turbine engine, it's like having a fighter jet's heart beating in the tank's chest. Its armor? A composite of depleted uranium and ceramics, making arrows and spears seem like jokes. And that fearsome barrel? A 120-millimeter cannon that can hit a coin from 4 kilometers away.
But on the other side of the field, we're not dealing with a disorganized mob. We're facing the Imperial Achaemenid Army. 10,000 elite soldiers, genius engineering units, lightning-fast cavalry, and the immortals who know no fear of death. The rule of this scenario is one thing. The Achaemenid army will not retreat under any circumstances. They intend to bring this demonic chariot to its knees.
The tank appears on the horizon. The Persian soldiers first think it's a joke, or perhaps a new god. The satrap, commander, gives the order to fire. Blacken the sky. The tank crew watches this scene from behind their thermal monitors. To them, this looks more like a documentary than a war. The arrows don't even scratch the paint. Here, the first crack forms in the Persian soldier's belief. This creature does not obey the laws of our world. The Abrams accelerates to 60 kilometers per hour. The ground is churned under its treads. The Achaemenid commander orders an encirclement. The cavalry attacks with unparalleled bravery. But now it's time for the tank's gifts to be unveiled. The M240 machine gun starts working. 800 rounds per minute. This is no longer war. This is harvesting. Bullets pierce through wooden shields and leather armor like paper. Within 5 minutes, the army's flanks become hills of corpses. But when they get within 500 meters, the tank commander says, "Load canister." The M1028 canister round. This is pure nightmare. A giant shotgun shell containing 1,100 tungsten pellets. When fired, it's as if an invisible wall hits the immortals at supersonic speed, a real bloodbath. By the end of the first hour, the tank has broken through the front lines and eliminated about 3,000 men. The crew thinks it's over, but the countdown to their own downfall has begun. Every monster has a weakness. The Abrams' weakness is not swords or spears. Its weakness is its own appetite. This powerful engine consumes 8 liters of fuel per kilometer, meaning after 5 hours of continuous combat, this tank becomes an immobile steel rock. The second issue? Ammunition. The tank only carries 42 main gun rounds. Even if each shot kills 200 men, thousands of soldiers remain. The Achaemenid army now understands the lightning from this monster is finite. They are learning. The Persian commander, now recovered from the shock, sees the tank as an engineering problem. He doesn't order a retreat. He orders a change of terrain. The Achaemenid engineering units, masters of digging trenches and canals, get to work. They dig camouflage traps and deep pits in the tank's path. If this 68-ton tank falls into a pit, it's finished. Its immense weight, which was its strength, now becomes its shackles. Meanwhile, they realize they must blind the tank. Hundreds of bags of tar and flammable materials are hurled onto its hull. Smoke and fire blacken its sensors and camera lenses. Now we have a tank that can't move and can't see. And now the final act. The tank is stuck and out of ammo. The Persian soldiers can't cut through the armor, so they decide to use the laws of physics, heat transfer. They gather a mountain of firewood, broken chariots, and tar around the tank and set a massive blaze. Steel is an excellent heat conductor. Inside the cabin, the ventilation system doesn't work without the engine. The temperature rises from 40 degrees Celsius to 80 degrees, then to 100 degrees Celsius. The tank crew is being roasted inside a 68-ton oven. They must either die inside or open the hatch and face the wrath of thousands of soldiers who have lost their brothers.
It's true, the tank was the absolute victor in the initial battle. Its technology slaughtered them. But in the end, the Achaemenid army, with patience, engineering intelligence, and the use of the terrain, won the war. This is the confrontation of ancient intellect with modern iron.